look at it every time I walk in the room. So yeah, what do you guys think of that one? So this was $60. I think that was a great deal on this book. So happy with that one. Wow, we still got a long way to go here. So why did I buy this one? And I have to apologize. I have video footage from several different stores. Like I said, it's just I don't want to do the work putting all these videos out. I'd rather spend the time reading my comics. So I don't know if any footage will make it in here or not. But this was but this is from my comic shop. There's just some weeks where there's nothing good, you can't find nothing, and then you see, oh, there's one book, you know what, I'll get that. And to satisfy the urge, the addiction. So this book was, I don't even know when I bought it. So how much was it? It was $9.60 on my comic shop. So you had tax, shipping, high grade copy of Young Romance number 144. So that's from November 1966. What do you call it? Checker box cover. But it's just a really high grade copy. I love my romance. I know it's Silver Age, but I thought, for the price and the condition, it was a great buy, a great addition to the Night Tiger collection. And believe it or not, I really enjoy reading these. They're really cheesy, especially when they have like the Dear Abby letter pages. Those are fun. But nice purple dress with a nice blue background. So it ended up being actually $18 after all. I mean, man, the government's got to get their little grubby hands in there with the shipping. And by the time you buy a lot of these books, it can be a little disheartening what they end up costing you. But still, for less than 20 for a high grade Silver Age romance, I think is worth it. Let me give me a drink here. Man, I think we're halfway through. If you made it this far, God bless you. Bless your heart. You're definitely a true believer in the Night Tiger channel. Okay, so I went to a shop in the next town over. It's a franchise comic book store. You might have heard it if you've been in Florida. It's Coliseum Comics. I've been in the Jacksonville location. I've been in the Orlando location. They're in the big city, so they obviously the prices are way higher than fair market value. I looked at the wall. There was a book on the wall. I wanted Silver Age, but they wanted $300 for that thing, and I think they had it overpriced by 150 at least, or 120. So it really sucks when these shops do that, but it's their store. What are you gonna do? I went through the whole back issue, and they actually had 5 or 6 long boxes marked pre-1980s. So they did have a lot of cool DC Silver Age, like Aquaman, Atom, but again, it was like 1.8, 2.0s for like $8, $12. I don't see it. So I went through. I found this book. I have it already. I think I have 2 copies. Every time I get it at a great price, usually like $5 or less. It's one of my favorite Legionnaires, Dawnstar, first appearance. So this book was a really nice copy, an upgrade to my really low grade copies. So it was $6, which I thought was pretty good. And this book is in a very desirable key, but I love the character. I believe it's a Joe Staton cover, so it's not really the sexiest, but there are a lot of covers with her that are really good. I forget who does those one covers. They come. I forget the artist's name, but I always loved Dawnstar. Thought she was a really cool character. So this is Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes 226, April 1977. That was Coliseum Comics in Gainesville, Florida. So I decided to go over there. I knew it was there for a while, but I usually go to my other shop, which I always find better deals and better books, All Star Comics. But sometimes I just like to go around, support the shops. Now they got a lot of Mylar in there, so Mylar's hard to find. So that's a good thing about going in there. They have everything else, games, board games, Pokemon, Funkos. But anyways, so I upgraded on that. Moving on. So I went to All Star. Found I almost bought a ASM Silver Age. Hopefully it'll still be there. When I go to his shop, I usually drop at least $200, sometimes more. So he knows me really well. I try to come in every 3 or 4 months at least if I can. Great owner, Chet. Cool guy. We talk about comics. They know me as Night Tiger. If you go into All Star Sports Cards and Comics in Gainesville, tell them Night Tiger sent you. You probably get a discount. So I go in there a lot. We have a good conversation. This time I went, and my wife said, or no, I told her, because I usually will spend 2 to 3 hours in there, that I'm just going in. I'm really check the bigger boxes, which are very few. They have a killer $3 selection. So when I go in there, he tells me, well, if you have time, I'll let you check my back room stock. He doesn't let anybody go in there. He goes, you can go through all the boxes as long as you just tell me the number on the front of the box if you pull something out. And I'm like, dang it, I don't have that much time. So I said, how about now? He's like, yeah. So I did go through. I started going through boxes. I think I went through like 4 or 5. He had like 100. But I was like, man, I told my wife, and I hate to be a liar, I hate to really, because she allows me a lot of leeway when it comes to searching for comics and going to shops. So I don't want to take advantage of that. So I cut it short. I did find one book. I actually been looking for this book for a while. People tend to ask a lot of money, and it's usually a lower grade copy, but this one is really high grade. It was $15, but it's a one shot from DC. It's Laurel and Hardy from August 1972, so it is Bronze Age. Like I say, it's a really nice copy. And when I seen it and I seen how nice it was, I'm like, I want it. So $15 I think is a good deal. And like I said, I've kind of been after this one for a few years, but it's really not that easy to find, and it's even tougher to find in high grade. So Laurel and Hardy #1, August 72. What do you guys think of that? Just a non-book, but it's funny how we find these books that we love, and they're not like books that anybody else really cares about. He had this one in a dollar bin, and this is a second copy for me. It's a pretty nice copy, and for $1, I grab stuff like this all the day, and this will go in prize boxes. This is a book I'd love to get. I've read this. I'll reread it. Al Mingram art. I forget who does the writing. So this is Marvel Presents #4, April 1976. And these are one of the series that as a kid you could find all the time for $0.25. So I'm very familiar with it. And I love the original Guardians of the Galaxy team. They're so unique, so eclectic, so colorful in the costumes. Such a great storyline. So that'll probably go into my 2,000 subscriber plus giveaway box. So the big book, and this had 250 on it. He gave it to me for 200. It's the nicest copy that I've seen so far for the price. So it's like a 3.5, maybe a 4.0. But the cover's a little got some stuff going on, and the insides pages are incredibly white. They smell new. And I have a few of these Ace horror books. This is Web of Mystery #27, November 54. So I have a few of them, but I have never read them. So I sat down and read this, and oh my goodness, it is so good. Every story was so good. It was such serious horror. None of this tongue-in-cheek kind of formulaic Atlas horror stuff, but it had first opened up with a Florida story about a lady vampire in Florida, out in a small town in the marshes. And then it had zombies. Uh, what else did it have? Witches. It had a zombie story, it had a witch story, it had a vampire story. And these were well written stories too, and very serious horror. Like I said, none of this tongue in cheek, formulaic, like Atlas stuff that you read. I was very impressed. I'm actually excited to read the other Harvey. I don't want to say Harvey Ace horror books that I have. So really happy to get that added to the collection. I feel it's like maybe almost right at fair market value, but I'm okay. It's a great shop, great owner. He's turned me on to other books that he's schooled me on, and I went out and bought them and found them. Wow, this is gonna be a long video. I might have to make it in two parts. So we got some more Mycomishop. What did I pay for this book? So I got two books. So this book was $6.40. I don't know if you can see that. People like to show the receipt, so what the heck, I'll do it. $6.40, if you can even see it. I love collecting Golden Age rocket covers. And a lot of them are in the like funny books. So this is Dagwood number 33 from August 1953, so it's Golden Age. It's high grade. I read it. Fun book, actually. I think it was Aliens from Mars story was the beginning. What is it? It says, yeah, read Invasion from Mars. So really cool story. Really fun book. High grade, rocket cover. It was inexpensive. I think it was a great add to the Night Tiger comic book Golden Age collection. But what do you think? How you doing? So yeah. Boy, I don't know how long this video is, but this may be the second part. So bear with me. I'm telling you, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but these are some killer books that you're going to see, even more killers. All right, what do we got up next? We have a low grade copy because even though you can't tell it, it has a rip through the cover and the first 3 pages down on the bottom. It's missing 2 wraps, but it's an extremely scarce Harvey Golden Age superhero book. So are you ready? Black Cat, number 27, Christmas cover. So yeah, Santa Claus, scarce issue. I paid 71 for that. It's really hard to tell what this book is worth. I kind of felt like a dirty whore for a little while after I bought it, because I didn't know that if I paid too much or not, because it is low grade. But I tell you what, this is one of the rare books that I buy that when I posted it, numerous people say, I've been looking for that, or are you selling that, or I can't believe you got that book. So that tells me that this one's desirable and it's not easy to get. Number 28 or 27, February 51. So that's going to be a great to show at the end of the year in the comic book annual Christmas Golden Age comic live stream. But Black Cat, the darling of Hollywood. And I've been slowly picking up a lot of these Golden Age Black Cats. And they can be pricey, so I've been finding them at really good prices. But they don't come around every day. You got to really be looking. All right. Shut up, you. Okay, so from Mycomishop again. I'm telling you, Mycomishop is just incredible deals. Check the new listings daily. Now, I usually check around 10 o'clock, a couple times before 12. I figure they go to lunch, so I wait till after 1. Around 1:30, I start checking a few times up till around 4 o'clock. Usually, if they haven't posted them by 4, they're done for the day. So this is actually a reprint of Stuntman #1. I think it's just a stunning cover, a stunning Stuntman cover. It's by Joe Simon, and it's so colorful. He almost looks like a clown. This is number 19, February 1955. This title was, I think number 17 was the first issue, and from 1 to 16 was Tomb of Terror. But nice reprint for, what did I say? Stuntman #1. Now there is a Thrilling Tomorrow number 20, I think it is, right now on eBay. Low grade, but it's only $20. I don't really like the cover. It's a Joe Simon cover, and he's jumping to a car. So I haven't picked it up. So if you want to buy that book, it's there. Grab it. Have fun reading Stuntman #2. But Stuntman #1, the original, extremely hard book to get and cost a lot of money. So this one, it said it had a split cover, but when I got it, the cover wasn't split. I mean, it said completely split, but it was only a couple little splits, and it's attached. It was $42 with shipping and tax. I haven't been able to read that one yet, but I am excited to read it. Thrills of Tomorrow. Okay, what's up next? Okay, this book I was so happy to get. I think this book was underpriced. Now it's a 0.5. It's missing the centerfold, but it looks so high grade. Look at this book, and it's Good Girl, superhero, early golden age, World War II. Dudes, Alex Schomburg cover. What? Yep, Alex Schomburg cover. So Starling Comics, number 43, January 1947. Pyroman, I read this. It was so fun. Oh, I'm going to read this one again. It was that fun to read. Man, it was like traveling back through time. Oh, I felt like a little kid in the 1940s. What did I pay for this book? So with shipping and tax, I paid $86. So what was the original price? So the original price was $80. Dude, this book is it looks so high grade. And it probably is like a 7.0, except for that missing centerfold. I don't care. This book was, it was so fun. This is another one that's going on the wall so I can stare at it all the time. Okay, I forgot when I picked up this one. Oh, so another shop that I love, and if you live in Florida, Denellen, Florida, River Monster Comics. Josh, one of the coolest comic shop owners, and he'll always give you a deal. But he has lots of Marvel and DC keys all the time. And he has one of the most killer dollar bins ever. I bought a stack of gold keys for $1 each. Gold key and Dells like that. Like last year. But I usually want to go in there. So again, I am trying to not bring in stacks of dollar books anymore. Because I got just so many comics. So I'm trying to find higher condition copies for good prices that can add to the collection. Now this one, I had a copy of this already. I bought this one at the flea market for $38. It has factory color inking run right there. Third appearance of Drac, fourth appearance of Thanos, first appearance of Eon. September 73, just a great cover with Thanos on it by Jim Starlin. Jim Starlin does the art, he writes it. One of the best comic books from the Bronze Age right here. So I went into Josh's store, he had another one there. He had 50 on it. He took 40, so he took $10 off. So same price, a little bit better condition as far as not having that ink run. And I read it again when I got it. This is so good. This is a book you read over and over. So I got 2 of those. No, this is not going to be going in the prize box. I'm keeping it. I just love this issue. I think it's so cool. So I watch a lot of auctions. I'm not an auction guy because they're stressful. I kind of look for the under the radar book, the one that really no one's going after, but still has some kind of collectability, desirability, some investability. And sometimes I don't even know. I just have this like spidey sixth sense that pays off all the time. And there's actually two books in a row. So this book was on auction for 20. I think I got it for $22. Yeah. So with shipping and tax and everything, it was 24.27. You're saying, oh, it's a romance. It's a love journal, October 53. It's golden age. I love books with no codes on them, especially the romance ones. And it's in really decent condition, probably a 3.0, 3.5 at the best. But for that price, golden age romance, pre-code with like an art cover instead of a photo cover, well worth the money. But I tell you, go do your homework. Go to eBay right now or go to online anywhere where comics are sold. Look up Love Journal and you're going to see the prices for this book. Something like this is going to be in the low end in the $50 range. Books like this probably 80, 100. So a good auction win. I don't know how this one made it under the radar. There was nobody that bid on it. Love Journal number 21, October 53. So very cool. And I'm telling you, if you just go to searches every day and just go and scroll through, familiarize yourself with series, issues, prices. You're going to learn what books are worth picking up. If you're a flipper and you want to make money on the side, that's a good deal to do. If you want to find books for your collection, but you don't want to pay a lot of money, golden age books, that's how you do it. You just constantly be filling your mind with information. Here's another one. So this book, I saw it on eBay, was buy it now. It's $20. So what I like to do is when I see a book and I think, hey, the spidey sense is going off, the very first thing is I look at the spine. How bad is the spine? Because if the spine will tell you overall like how bad the book is most of the time. If the spine looks good, then in most cases the rest of the book's going to look good. So I saw this and I'm like, I got it for $20.50 shipped. Another nice golden age book, romance, Lover's Lane number 5. What is this? Lev Gleason. Really decent condition. I saw this one and I'm like, you know what? This book isn't cost a lot. The spine looks really good on it, and it is a really nice book. Probably 3.5, but it presents well. It's got a clean cover, no creasing, but it's missing this little piece here. I mean, it has some blunting and stuff, but overall, so I say 2050. This is from June 1950. So then, how do you confirm it? Sometimes you just have to have faith, and then you'll see another listing eventually. So I saw a listing on Mycomishop for a book that didn't look quite as nice as this, the same issue, for twice the money. So, and I figure Mycomishop's pretty good at fair market value selling most of the time. Not the consigned stuff, but their actual pricing. So it told me, hey, I did good. And like I say, I enjoy these books. And that puts this in a place where if I, down the road, I want to sell it, I can ask a little bit more money. Okay, so this book I may have paid fair market value. I'm not sure. It's a low grade, probably a 2.5. But I've been after this for several years. And people always want a lot of money for this book, and it's really tough to find it. It doesn't come up often. Maybe once every 2 years I see it come up for sale or auction. So this was an auction, which I say I don't like auctions because one of the reasons is I tend to revenge bid, It gets up to a point where you're like, you're pissed off. That guy just only got you $1 more. You're like, I'll do another dollar, and then he does $1 and you do $1, and I owe $2, and you can get out of control because you're an addict. You're a comic book addict. So this is the third issue. This is the first issue. So it's kind of a horror superhero. It's from 1941. The Face, #1. So he's like a government agent. He just puts on this green mask. So he's like kind of like a James Bond kind of character. And there's only 4 issues in the run, but the only first 2 are called The Face, and then they change it to his identity, Troy Trent. And then the third issue, which I have, is a Face story inside, and then the fourth issue, no more Face, just Troy Trent. So I paid $49. I won the auction, so that was $49 with shipping, which I figure is not bad. This book is really tough to get. And it's got that horror-esque element to it. It's a #1. It's really early Golden Age. So it's got a lot of great desirability, a lot of great elements for coolness in the Night Tiger comic book Golden Age collection. Man, I can't believe I've just been letting these build up. I've been every weekend go, I got to do a haul. And I'm like, I don't feel like it. Let me read some comics. The next weekend, Mike, you got to do a haul. Oh, you know what? I just don't feel like it. I'm the master of my own destiny. I want to read my Golden Age comics. The next week, and that on and on and on for over a month and a half, 2 months. So, it's not quite as dramatic because, let me show this one last. I have a second copy of this book. Where is it? I don't know. I'd like to show you the second copy of it. And it's in my Christmas box, I think. Where's my Christmas box at? This isn't it. Because it's more dramatic if you show 2 of them. Is it? I don't think it is in my Christmas box. And this is my Christmas box right here. Let's see if it's in here. Yeah, no. Making you wait. Dead air. Come on, be in here. If it's not in here, then that's going to suck. We're getting close to the end of the Christmas box, and I don't see it. Come on, buddy. Where are you at? Oh, come on. It's not in here. That sucks, man. Like, nope. Man. Anyways. All right, so I'll show this one last because this is probably the best of these. But I found another high-grade copy cheap. And I've been wanting, I thought I could part with it because for the other Christmas prize giveaway, and I couldn't. So I don't know if I can. Anyways, I picked up this. So anytime I see the new listings on Mycomishop, and a lot of times these Dell comics from the Golden Age, they just get them cheap, so they sell them cheap. So I figured, hey, I'll pick them up. They're great prizes. They're great giveaways. They're also great to show. So these are all, I believe these are all Christmas covers. So we have New Funnies, January 1953. I paid $7.50 for that, but it's a really nice copy. That's number 191. And I got a second copy. I paid $12 for this one. But again, really high grade copies. And when I say high grade, I'm talking this one's probably a 4.0. But it looks nicer. This one's probably a 5.0. But anyways, that'd be a great giveaway, won't it? For pennies on the dime. And they're nice and clean. So I got 2 of those. I got 2 of these. Again, pretty decent copies. This is probably like a 6.0 copy. February 1952. Walter Lantz, Andy Panda, and Woody Woodpecker. I paid $12 for that one. That's number 180. New Funnies. And I picked up a second copy for $10. This cover is by Dan Germley. And this one's probably like a 4.0, 4.5. But these will probably be prize giveaways. So yeah, and then this one here, another nice. So these are all winter Christmas covers. This is number 229, March 56. So this one is actually Silver Age, but it doesn't have a code on it because it's a Dell, so it looks cool. Paid $8 for that one. Another winter cover featuring Woody Woodpecker. This one's really cool, and this is a pretty nice copy, probably like a 4.5. January 1952, so it's Golden Age, winter cover by Ralph Hemdale, number 123, and I paid $10 for that one. Now, when I showed this one, people hemmed and hawed. They liked it. They liked the gag on the cover. It looks pretty cool. Everybody loves Looney Tunes. And when I'm picking these up, I try to pick up the more known characters for the collection, because you know when you go to sell these later, if you do, those are the ones that people really want. Another nice Ralph Hemdale cover, number 110, December 1950. Paid $10 for that one. Really like the blues on here. Okay, so I picked this one up, and I think I showed it already in a haul. I got this for $28. This is actually the second issue of Mickey Mouse. So the first 27 issues were in the Dell 4-color series. So I paid $28 for this, but it's really high grade. I love Mickey. And I tell you what, I read this book and it was so fun. The story started, I think it went from onto the back inside cover all the way to the outside inside cover. There was so many twists and turns. They wrote Mickey to the character. And I laughed. I had fun. I couldn't stop reading it. I always really enjoy reading Disney comics. And it's a winter cover. But then I found this one on eBay, a nice copy for cheap. Nice dealer mark on it too. This is issue number 1. So it's number 28, December 52. Like I said, the first 27 issues were in the 4-color series. And it's another winter cover. Now, I really gravitate towards the winter Christmas covers. If they're not, the gags gotta really, really be cool. Like have some kind of maybe ghost or whatever, if it's not winter or Christmas, because I just don't want to be buying every comic that I see. Okay, so the last one, now I had doubles of this. I bought a high-grade copy last year or something. Got this one for $27 shipped and tax. Walt Kelly Classic Donald Duck Santa Claus costume cover. Number 99 from December 1948. So that is it. That is the last comic in this haul. Man, I bet this video is long. Or this second parter anyway. All right, man. Appreciate you guys. For you that stuck around this long, bless your heart. But I tell you what, I love comics. I love reading them. I love collecting them. And I love sharing them. And with that, Night Tiger, peace out. Wow. I wonder how long that video is, Negrito. Much longer than I thought it was going to be. I bet you it's way over an hour. Way over an hour.